we have to find something inside of all of us to get the results, but I'm not the right person to say any wrong words about the team for what they help us to experience all for many years. But of course, we have to perform well, do it well again, and these next 2 weeks is really, really important.
Sure.
Pep, so what do you feel about the state of play in the group? What do you think you will need? Is it possible that you might need to win all three, do you think?
Right now, no, I'm thinking, I said many times last days, we are not in the position when you had the results the last 7-8 games to talk about win games and win games in plural. So we have to win game and not to see what happens in the next one. But of course, we are in a position like we don't win against Feyenoord, especially, of course, the first game against Inter always. We played to win the game for the chances that we had. Unfortunately, it was a draw. And with these 4 points that we don't have, we have two difficult games in Turin, in Paris, and the last game at home. And we have to take points to qualify. And after we see.
And what do you make of Juventus, who've obviously had difficulties of their own this season?
Well, Juve is Juve. In Italy, the best team, historical team. They used to play with a lot of pressure, and the quality is there. Thiago, you see what he's trying to do. You see where he's going to go, make an incredible job in Bologna. And it's a question of time, but they have incredible variations in his play, the mindset or the way they want to play is there. But of course, all the managers need time, to settle. Hopefully, this Juventus board can give it to him this time to create what you want to do. And yeah, we'll be happy to see him tomorrow.
Jack?
Hi, Pep. Obviously, it's been a difficult few weeks. Can you see a change in fortunes coming in results, or is that purely because of the injuries? Can you see things getting any better in the next few weeks?
No, the team is good. Of course, we have injuries for the problem to rotate the team to give rest. That is a problem. The problem, especially, is we had most important injuries in the same department. Department, so the same position as central defenders. That is sometimes it's difficult. But the team is good. So at the end, we punish ourselves for many games. Like we make a mistake, that we have to avoid it. So I don't blame. Absolutely, the situation is a situation, but life is like this, and we have to do better with the players that we have in terms of results, because at the end we concede not in particular a player that would be easy. It's a group, it's in general that we miss a lot of things that didn't help us to get the results.
You said about the sort of punishing yourselves there. With the mistakes, are those just unexplainable mistakes, the sort of things that just happen in
what you
football?
have to do is come back. What will save us is the way we play. A mistake is consequences because we are not playing in the way we have to play. And the way we have to play is so simple. You have to play so simple. Our strength is the ball. Our strength in this success, 8-9 years, we run like desperate team. When we didn't have the ball, we don't have the ball, and with the ball is being incredible patient and let them run and don't make an incredible. And now we are in a moment that we attack so quick and we do a lot of things not in the right tempo, that we lose the balls, and after we concede a lot of transitions. And with that, any team is better than us. It's better. So you have to be so simple and basic to what we are as a team. We're built and that confident that is come back for the simple thing. Just have the ball and pass the ball in the easy made, in the right feet, in the right foot, in the right tempo. The simple things do it better. And after that, you will get the confidence, because you cannot imagine how you regain the confidence when you make an extra 1,000 million passes and you are involved in the game, you are involved all together. That helps us to be who we are. And of course, we adjust some things and mentally know how to do it, but the way we want to play not going to be changed for obvious reasons, because our success was there. And I know when we are able to do it, we are able to play good, even in the situations that we have in the last month.
Joe?
Hi, Pep. On that, you've got a lot of players who are probably being forced to play a bit more than you would like. Is it just that there are players being overworked at the same time, and maybe it's a mental thing as well?
No, it's not a mental thing. It's about to do the simple things better. It's not a mental. They are professionals. Always, I will not forget that period, what Rico has done for us, like Josko has done for us, like Bernardo, Gundogan, and Erling Haaland. So playing all the minutes during the toughest period and the strength and the going there. And this I will not forget, because they are there. And I admire them and appreciate a lot. And now it's step by step. The other guys come back a little bit and join the team. And as much we are all together, we'll be a stronger team.
Last two in English, guys, before we take Italian. Simon?
Pep, what have you learnt about your players and what have you learnt about yourself during this period?
I'm trying to find the solutions in the terms of get results with the team, and as I ask him, is give the players back. But in the meantime, I love to be in that position, and I would prefer them be. But it's always I take that situation like it was perfect. It's like always I felt like a privilege. So that isn't real. You win 6 to 7 Premier Leagues or Champions League or 4 in a row. That is not normal. This is exceptional. I take it as exceptional. I take it like how good we are or how good everything is happened. That is not about that. So we won that. No team has done it, and many ever. We have all the records in ever. That is exceptional. So always maybe it's exceptional as well as going to have. You have to find the balance and come back on track. And track is win one game and in another one and be competitive in many things and feel that it's not what I have to do to help the team to win games. And there is a lot of aspects of that. And I have full confidence. Even the results from now on in the future will be even worse. The confidence of my team is undeniable. The confidence of my team is always there because they give me the privilege after 9 years sitting here, being in this they give us. And the problems is there, yeah. It's fine results, yeah. In the situations uncomfortable, yeah. But it's not the first team in the world. They have problems in India. It's not the first team in the world that they have bad periods. So okay, we have to face the problems in the terms of results and go for it.
Just Paul in the middle before we take Italian, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. You said a minute ago that your players are playing a lot of minutes, that the obviously results have been up and down. How do you assess their own confidence levels at the moment, the players?
The confidence regaining pass the ball is a simple thing, and you make listen, confidence in a game is you have 1 or 2 or 3 actions in one game, and the actions are good, you have the confidence. Confidence is not, you have to have confidence. It's not about that. Is I have an action, defensive, offensive, I win that duel, I have the ball, simple things, 2 or 3 simple things, I do it. I have the confidence. So at the end, the people believe it's so difficult. No, it's not difficult. You have to do the simple things, go to there, you lose the ball, come back, in the simple things and do it. I don't ask actions from Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. I don't ask these kind of actions. They are unique. They have to do what they are good. And it is from here, even if it's in the bottom, from here we are going to build a step by step, like we want to do. We want to be as a team that we have been for many years in the last decade in England and in Europe.
Someone to start in Italian, please, guys. Yeah.
Buonasera, Alessandra
Good
Dangiora,
evening,
Rai
Alessandra
Sport.
Dangiora, Rai
Lei
Sport.
dice
So
che
you're
dovete
saying
tornare ad
that
essere
you have to basically go back to the kind of team that you were in the past, but maybe from the outside, did you expect Juventus to become the team that it wants to become? I don't know. Well, it's true that we're trying to fight to become the team that we were. But obviously, after 8-9 years, it's quite normal to go through some critical moments. So that's quite understandable. So I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to go back to what we were. I know that we are judged in all around the world, but I know my club, I know my team, and the fact that Juventus, well, I don't really want to make any comments about them because obviously I'm not close to them. I just seen their matches over the last few days, and so I have basically understood what's the current situation they're going through. But I would say that now they have taken the right direction. It's not easy, of course, to get to a club and then introduce new elements, just like Juventus, also Milan, Inter, and Napoli. We all know that these are all teams that are trying to change, and it's not always so easy to change, and sometimes it takes a while to get results. And so I didn't win from the very beginning, and then they were patient enough to wait for me in order to get results. I would like to ask you, for you personally, how do you consider this critical moment? Because you're used to teams that won a lot. So what are you learning from this critical moment that probably is one of the most difficult in your career? Well, I don't really want to learn from such a situation. I'd rather not to be in such a position, actually. Well, as I said before, as I told to your English journalist, I'm just taking this thing as something normal because these things happen. So obviously it's exceptional just to win all the time. So these things actually happen in a coach's career. So these things may happen. And as I've already pointed out several times, in England, so sooner or later, something like this was supposed to happen. So after, winning the Premier League 4 times in a row, then these things happen. So sooner or later, I was expecting for something like this. So you obviously try to get out of the situation very quickly. Sometimes instead you take a longer while, but basically we'll see tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Well, the sun will rise again, but I hope in Manchester as well as in Turin. And obviously we need to go ahead. So I'm just taking this situation as something normal that may happen to all clubs, to all teams, to all coaches, and to all players, because exceptional things are actually other things, because it's not that we can just win all the time, all the trophies. This actually doesn't happen on a regular basis. Good evening, Filippo Cornacchia, La Gazzetta dello Sport. I would like to ask you, in Italy, despite the negative results of Manchester City, no one trusts Manchester City and Guardiola, so no one actually expects to find Pep Guardiola in difficulties, as well as Manchester City that will not be strong enough. So do you actually trust all these draws of Juventus? Well, no, of course not. Well, I would never underestimate them. Of course, I will never trust such a situation. So Juventus is Juventus, and just like other clubs. So obviously they know very well what they need to do. I know very well their potential. So obviously I know, and I know who they are, and I know who we are. So what I have learned, that as a coach, as a manager, well, if well, I know that I have great respect for Juventus. I have respect for all their players, and so, of course, we are now very focused on us rather than anyone else. So we are now focused on our situation. Of course, I'm very respectful for Juventus, but now I'm very focused on what we need to do in order to get out of this situation. So we need to understand what we need to do in order to beat not just Juventus, but also the other teams that we're going to play against in the next few weeks.